Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be working on our next card using a stencil. And this one could actually be a Christmas card. I'm using it more towards fallish, but either way you can make it work. So we're using Scorched Timber and we're going to color this particular stencil from All Create. This one is very interesting because there's all different sizes of the like antlers. They look like reindeer antlers and stuff. So I kept it with that really big one in the corner instead of trying to line it up and move it around. I just left it right there. I think this is going to be perfect. It's on the base of our card, and then we're going to play with some vellum in a little bit, but there you go. So you have a couple of antlers that are like different sizes, and I'm trying to keep it kind of in the same spot so I know exactly where to put down my next paper. And I really love how oxides, it's a crisp color, but it's like muted, where it's that I know it's chalky, like a chalky-ish tone to it, but I like the way it looks. So we're just going to readjust this because I really want it to hit in a certain spot. And we're going to go ahead and put this down again. Bear with me. There we go. I think I'll do with that. I think this is the final position. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So now we're going to do the Distress ink on this. Now, if you want it to be a darker, richer color, you can use your regular Distress inks. Those are it's like a dye ink, so it's more vibrant, especially on white. But a lot of times I have way more of the oxides, so I always tend to grab those. I don't know why, but those are probably my most favorite used inks across the board. I use them probably more than I use anything. Okay, so we got that inked up as well. And so before starting the video, I did do a little die cutting because a lot of times with the die cutting, I don't have the space and I don't really want to bring it on camera per se. So I tend to do certain things off to the side. So this is the die cut we're going to wind up putting on top. But because it's so busy of a background, we're going to kind of diffuse it a little bit. And we're going to diffuse it with vellum. So then our die cut will stand out more, but we'll still get the pieces in the back. So I'm going to wipe down my stencil here real quick. I like to get it cleaned off as soon as I can because if I don't, I will forget about it and won't go back. All right, so once that's wiped down and cleaned off, we'll move on to our next step. So a lot of times with vellum, people worry about how to glue vellum down. A lot of times if I'm using it on an entire card front, I will make it like a 1/4 inch longer and make a fold that I could put behind my card front, right? You're going to see that here. And then that way when we attach it to the card front, the card base, the part for the vellum is hidden. So if it's, let's say 4 inches, then I would make it 4 1/4 long by, well, actually it's more than that. It's 4 1/4 wide. I make that even. And then instead of making it 5 1/4 or 5 1/2 long, however you cut it, you're going to just add 1/4 inch. I don't know why I keep messing that up, but yeah, because it's normally 5 1/2. So the paper that we've just been working on, I cut down to 5 1/4. So the vellum I made 5 1/2. score at a 1/4 inch, and then that will create the flap to go underneath our card front. Oh, it took a lot to get that out. But there you have it. So now I have my card bases, which again, my favorite cut is the 4 1/4 by 11. So if you have an 8.5 by 11 paper, you lay it long ways and you cut it at 4 1/4, and you'll have 2 card bases. If you decide to go the other way and you want to cut it at 5.5 on the 11 side, then you have 2 card bases with your regular style card. And now I'm just putting glue and some tape on our flap. And then we're going to attach. Boom. And then, like I said, we put that tape on the back, add our glue, and then when we put it down on the card base, that vellum is going to be nice and secure underneath our card, and then ready to go. And I like leaving it loose. The vellum, I think it's fine. You can lift it up. They can look at the underneath part, but it doesn't take away from the die cut that we did, because I use glitter paper, so it's not easy to see here, but with the glitter paper, it gives it just a little bit of a sparkle and it makes it really nice. Doing the same thing with the second card. I think that's why I also tend to always make 2 cards, even for my videos, is because I know one piece of paper, I'm getting 2 cards. So I can use one to kind of play and figure out, and then in the video, I usually do the second one. But on this particular one, because it wasn't a whole lot to do, I was able to do both at one time. So right now, I'm looking through, I think I have a stamp set, and I'm grabbing the words thank you, and we're going to stamp that underneath our die cut. Now, the one thing to consider is with vellum, it takes a long time for things to dry. So if you're just going to stamp on your vellum, I would at least stamp and then heat emboss with clear. That way it's dried quickly and you're done. Or you just have to wait a long time for it to dry and not smear. Okay, so I like that. Thank you. I think that's super cute. We're going to do the next one. And technically, once you do the thank you, your cards can be done. Easy peasy. But I decided that I wanted to use my splatters, because on the last 3 cards, we've been using the white, gold, and black splatters. So we're going to do that again here and continue the theme, okay? So there we go. Those are our 2 cards. And we're going to use the splatters. Now for the gold, I have been using fossilized amber in the spritz. And it's probably my new go-to favorite gold. I still have a Jen Hadfield gold in my reserve that I'm holding on to. It's a nice big bottle. So right now, while these are hot, I'm going to keep using the fossilized amber. But if you've ever had Jen Hadfield's or who's the other girl? Heidi Swapp, their golds, then you'll like this one. If you've run out, go and get fossilized amber. You won't be upset. And then, of course, black soot. And I also use, did I do any of the white? If I use white, I use white picket fence. But I don't think I did on this one. I like it like that. All right, so here we have close-ups of the finished product. Thank you again for joining me today. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, or share button. And if you have any questions, you can leave comments down below. And I will see you guys with our next video. I know it's going to probably be leading into the Christmas season because it's almost that time of the year. Thanks again, you guys. I hope you have a great one.